In this video, I'm about to show you how to make your refrigerator run like new again, starting with number 10. Clean the condenser coils. Let's start with number 10, and this one alone could save your refrigerator's life. The condenser coils. These things are basically the lungs of your refrigerator. They release heat so the compressor doesn't work itself into an early grave. And most people have never cleaned them once. Not in 5 years, not in 10. Never. GE, Frigidaire, LG, doesn't matter the brand, every refrigerator has them. They sit either behind the kick plate at the bottom or on the back of the unit. Appliance repair professionals across the U.S. report that dirty condenser coils cause over 30% of all refrigerator breakdowns in this country. 30%. That's 1 in 3 refrigerators failing for a reason a $14 coil brush from Amazon prevents. Frigidaire published a maintenance guide recommending coil cleaning every 6 to 12 months. GE says the exact same thing in their care documentation. You know what neither of them does? Reminds you. Sends you an email? Puts a sticker on the machine. You know why? Because a refrigerator that breaks down ahead of schedule is a refrigerator sale. And a repair call is $200 minimum before the technician touches a single part. I'm not being paranoid about this, I'm just connecting the dots that they hope you never connect. Unplug the unit, pull off the kick plate, get a brush in there, and pull out what is probably years of accumulated dust and pet hair. Do this once, and you will feel the difference in how quietly and efficiently that machine runs within 24 hours. Number 9. Check and replace the door gaskets. Number 9, and this one is bleeding money out of your wallet every single month without you knowing. The door gasket, that rubber seal around the entire edge of your refrigerator door and your freezer door. When it goes soft, cracked, warped, or just plain worn out, your refrigerator runs around the clock trying to hold a temperature it physically cannot hold. Cold air leaks out constantly. The compressor never gets a real break, and your electricity bill quietly climbs every single month while you wonder why. Here's the test. Take a dollar bill, close it in your refrigerator door, and try to pull it out. If it slides right out with no resistance at all, that gasket is done. Whirlpool, Maytag, and Samsung all include this exact test in their printed owner's manuals. This is not some trick I invented. It is in the documentation that ships with every unit, and yet repair shops charge $60 to $90 just to show up and tell you this same thing? That is the appliance service business model in a nutshell. A replacement gasket for a Whirlpool WRF 535 SWHZ runs about $30 to $50 on Part Select or Repair Clinic. For a Samsung RF28R 7351SR, one of the most popular French door models Samsung sells in the US market, you are looking at roughly $40. Installation on most models is peel the old gasket off, press the new one into the channel, close the door, and you are done. No technician, no service appointment, the US. Department of Energy estimates a faulty door seal increases refrigerator energy use by up to 25%. That is real measurable money, leaving your home every single month because a strip of rubber gave out. Number 8. Set the right temperature. Number 8. Sounds too simple to matter. It isn't. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration says your refrigerator should be at or below 37 degrees Fahrenheit, your freezer at 0, simple standard. A 2022 consumer survey found that nearly 56% of American households were running their refrigerators too warm, some as high as 42 or 43 degrees. More than half the refrigerators in this country are set wrong right now. When your refrigerator runs too warm, the compressor cycles more often and wears out faster. A replacement compressor runs between $300 and $600 in parts alone before labor. And bacteria doubles in population roughly every 20 minutes above 40 degrees, so you're spoiling food faster and spending more at the grocery store on top of it. 2 money problems from 1 wrong setting. If you've got a Kenmore Still, one of the most common refrigerators in American homes, the dial goes 1 through 9 and the correct setting is 5. Amana, sold heavily through Lowe's and Home Depot, recommends the midpoint on their manual dial. Haier, which dominates the budget end of the US market, has digital controls on most newer units where you can punch in exactly 37 degrees. Go check your setting right now. I'll bet money it's not where it should be. Number 7. Fix the drainage tube. Number 7 is the one that stumps people the most. Water pooling at the bottom of the refrigerator, sitting under the produce drawer, maybe leaking out onto your kitchen floor. First instinct is a cracked water line or something broken internally. Most people call it tech. 9 times out of 10, it is a clogged defrost drain tube, and it costs nothing to fix. Every refrigerator has a drain tube that channels meltwater from the defrost cycle down into a pan underneath the unit where it evaporates. When food crumbs, hard water minerals, or ice clog that tube, the water has nowhere to go. Samsung has documented this extensively. Their RF series and RH series French door models have had so many consumer complaints about drain freezing, it became a widely known issue. LG's LRMVS 3006 has the same reputation on appliance forums across the country. The fix: unplug the refrigerator. Find the drain hole at the back of the freezer floor. Mix warm water with a few drops of dish soap. Use a turkey baster or a long, flexible brush to flush the tube until water flows freely. Dry the interior, plug it back in. 20 minutes, $0. Do this before you ever pay a technician to look at a water pooling problem. Number 6, replace the water filter. Number 6 is for everyone with a refrigerator, water dispenser, or ice maker, and that is the majority of refrigerators sold in the US over the last 15 years. The water filter, and I know what some of you are thinking. Mine works fine, the water comes out, here's the problem. An overdue filter slows water flow to the ice maker, which makes the ice maker motor work harder, which burns out the water inlet valve. That valve is $60 to $120. The filter is $15 to $40. Whirlpool's every drop line, specifically the EDR1 RXD1 and EDR4 RXD1, should be replaced every 6 months or 200 gallons per Whirlpool's own published guidance. GE's RPWFE filter, used across most Profile and Cafe series models, has the same 6-month window. LG's LT1000P is certified by NSF International, a real independent third-party safety organization, and rated to reduce over 23 contaminants, including lead and mercury. That is a tested standard, not a marketing claim. Here is what nobody tells you, and this one genuinely surprised me when I first came across it. NSF International published findings that water filters left in service past their rated lifespan do not just stop working, they can actually become a source of bacterial contamination themselves. The carbon media inside the filter that was trapping contaminants becomes a surface where bacteria colonizes and then gets pushed directly into your drinking water and your ice. So the filter you thought was doing nothing harmful? It might be doing something very harmful. Write the replacement date on a piece of masking tape and stick it inside the refrigerator door right now. 6 months goes faster than anyone expects, and this is not the thing you want to forget about. Number 5, clean the interior the right way. Number 5, and people are doing this wrong in ways that are quietly damaging their refrigerator over time. When something smells off, the instinct is bleach or a heavy-duty cleaner. Do not do that. Bleach leaves chemical residue on food contact surfaces that doesn't fully rinse away. It degrades the plastic interior lining, weakens the rubber gaskets, and off-gasses inside a sealed box where your food lives. You paid $600 to over $1,000 for that refrigerator. Stop destroying it with a $3 bottle of bleach. Arm & Hammer Fridge Fresh is $2 at Walmart, baking soda based, completely food safe, and neutralizes odors at the source instead of masking them. For surface cleaning, Better Life Natural All-Purpose Cleaner is plant-derived, food contact safe, and cuts through sticky spills without leaving residue or smell, about $7 for 16 ounces. For areas that have had raw meat or spoiled produce contact, 7th generation disinfecting spray is EPA registered, food surface safe, and kills 99.9% of bacteria on hard surfaces. That is the product lineup that belongs in your refrigerator cleaning routine. And here is the spot almost nobody cleans the drawer channels. Those plastic grooves where your crisper drawers slide in and out collect moisture, food particles, and mold spores constantly. A 2019 NSF International study found the vegetable compartment was the second most bacteria-laden surface in the average American home. Not the bathroom, the produce drawer. Spray some 7th generation in those channels every 2 weeks. Your food stays fresher and your drawers slide smoother. Number 4, Level your refrigerator. Number 4 has probably never crossed your mind once. Leveling your refrigerator. And I will say this clearly, most refrigerators in American homes right now are not properly leveled. Most sit flat or slightly tilted forward, and the people living with them have no idea because everything seems to work fine. But here is what is happening invisibly. The doors are not sealing the way they are engineered to. Not because the gasket is bad, because gravity isn't doing the job it was designed to do. Every refrigerator is designed with a specific, intentional backward tilt. The front should sit between 1/4 inch and 3/8 of an inch higher than the back, so gravity pulls the doors closed on their own. KitchenAid spells this out clearly in their installation documentation. Sub-Zero, whose units run from $5,000 to $15,000 in American homes, has the exact same spec. Bosch, which has been gaining serious US market share over the last decade, states the same requirement. This is universal refrigerator physics, not a brand preference. The fix? Pull off the kick plate, it just snaps off, and you will see adjustable leveling legs at the bottom front corners. Turn clockwise to raise, counterclockwise to lower. A $2 bubble level from any hardware store. Get the front sitting just slightly higher than the back. 10 minutes. Free. And your compressor stops working overtime every time someone doesn't fully close the door. Number 3. Replace the water inlet valve. Number 3 is for anyone dealing with ice maker issues. Less ice, no ice, cloudy ice, smaller cubes than before. Most people assume the ice maker itself has failed and either call a tech or start shopping for a new refrigerator. 9 times out of 10, the ice maker is perfectly fine. The water inlet valve is failing, and it is a $35 fix. The water inlet valve sits at the back of your refrigerator connected to the home water supply line. Over time, especially in hard water areas, which covers most of the Midwest, Southeast, and Southwest mineral deposits, restrict the valve, and the ice maker gets less water than it needs. The Samsung DA9707603B is one of the most commonly replaced refrigerator components in the entire US right now, covering Samsung's French door and side-by-side models at $30 to $55. For Maytag, the W10498-390 valve for models like the MFI 2570FEZ runs about $35 on Repair Clinic. A technician charges $150 to $300 for this swap. It takes 20 minutes with a 1/4 inch nut driver. Here is what makes catching this early so important. A failing valve doesn't die all at once. It trickles. Small amounts of water seep through when the ice maker isn't calling for it, refreeze inside the lines, create ice jams, and eventually burn out the ice maker motor. That motor is a $200 part. A $35 valve ignored becomes a $250 repair. If your ice output has changed at all, check that valve first. Number 2, clean or replace the evaporator fan. Number 2 is the fix that almost no home repair content ever covers, the evaporator fan. It sits behind the back panel inside your freezer and pushes cold air from the evaporator coils into both the freezer and the fresh foods section. When it fails, you get one very specific symptom. Freezer is cold and fine, but the fresh food compartment is running warm. Leftovers going bad too fast. Drinks sitting at room temperature. And you cannot figure out why because the freezer seems perfectly normal. That symptom, freezer cold, fridge warm, points directly at the evaporator fan almost every time. GE's replacement motor is part number WR60X10220, and it fits a huge range of their US models. Frigidaire's equivalent is the 53039-18549. Both are available on Part Select and Repair Clinic for $25 to $55. A technician charges $100 to $200 in labor to install one. The job is remove back panel, unplug a 2-wire connector, swap the motor, reassemble. 30 minutes. And this ties directly back to number 7. The most common reason this fan ices over is a blocked defrost drain. When the drain is clogged, meltwater refreezes around the evaporator coils and eventually locks the fan blade in ice. If you've already cleared the drain and still have uneven cooling, open the freezer back panel and look at the fan. Ice buildup, a hairdryer on low, fixes it in 5 minutes. Wobbly blade or grinding motor replace the unit. You will not believe how different your refrigerator performs once that fan is running right. Number 1. Deep defrost and thermistor check. And we are at number 1. This is the fix that saves people hundreds of dollars, sometimes more, and almost nobody in any appliance video ever explains it properly. A full manual deep defrost combined with a thermistor check. This is the one that gets misdiagnosed as a dead compressor every single day in homes all across America. Here is what is happening inside your refrigerator. Modern frost-free units run an automatic defrost cycle every 8 to 12 hours. A heating element briefly warms the evaporator coils to melt accumulated frost. That cycle is monitored by a thermistor, a small temperature sensor that tells the control board when defrost is needed and when it's done. When the thermistor fails or drifts, the defrost cycle stops running when it should. Frost builds up unchecked on the evaporator coils until they are a solid block of ice. The fan can't push air through ice. The refrigerator loses all cooling, and most people assume the compressor died and start shopping for a new unit that costs $800 to $2,000. Thermistor failure is one of the top 5 most common refrigerator faults reported by appliance repair professionals across the United States. And here is the part that should make you genuinely angry. For Whirlpool, the W10316760 thermistor covers a large range of their models and costs under $15. For LG, whose French door models are sitting in millions of American homes right now, the 6615JB2002A is one of the most ordered components on every appliance parts website in the country. Also under $15. A $15 part, causing symptoms that look exactly like a dead compressor worth $500. And when you call a repair shop, they do not always start with the $15 diagnosis. They start with the most expensive one first. That is the gap that costs American families real money every single year. And it is a gap that exists because most people simply do not know to ask. Before you order any part, do a full manual defrost first. Unplug the refrigerator, remove all food into coolers, put towels on the floor. Leave both doors open for 24 to 48 hours and let every bit of ice melt completely on its own. Then dry the interior, plug it back in, and monitor it for 2 to 3 weeks. Many times this alone restores normal operation. If the problem comes back, you work through the diagnosis cheapest to most expensive. Thermistor first at $15, defrost heater second at $30 to $60, control board last at $200 to $400 on a Samsung or LG. You start at the bottom. That is how you protect your money.